And a big thing people need to realize is, take a second look at your hand right now and really look at it and realize that that hand is literally part your mother's and part your father's. And of course, part their mother and father. And it goes way back, but it's hard to really understand past a couple generations. But literally everything you are is made up of them and nothing more. You are them, they are you. Same thing, right? Just different combinations. So that's really important to know. And to really know yourself, it's important to look back in your own family's history and find things that have happened. And, we all like to, being a parent's a tough deal, as all of us parents know, and all of us kids know who have parents. We're always extra hard on them. But go back another generation or two and look at your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and you'll find incredible similarities. And that's because you're them, literally. They live forever in you and your ancestors. And your children are, of course, you. And people really, I don't think, fully grasp this concept of DNA yet. How tangible it is, how real it is. And of course, aliens have been splicing in their DNA for a long time, and someone had to make them old, guys. What do you think that is? That's their DNA. Some being, and there's certainly a possibility as we look around the Earth at the diverse population here, okay? Look at your white guy from Norway and look at your black guy from, sub-Saharan Africa. These are clearly two different sorts of beings, probably with entirely different ancestors. We accept that, right? And people might think it's strange to make the leap to they had different creators, but odds are they did. If you look at them, that's pretty obvious. That, however, doesn't matter. We, as a species, collectively need to really get over judging beings because they look different and judge them based upon how they act and who they are, and realize there's a collective good that needs to be found very badly for our species. And we need to get past not only racism within our own planet, but we're going to have to learn to accept beings that look very much different than we do, and scary in ways. And we're going to have to learn to work with them and accept them for who they are and not judge them. And we're real bad about that right now. That has to improve immediately. But just know that DNA is an incredible thing. And somebody made a comment on the first documentary that I made, speaking about how transplant patients actually have memories of the person that the organ came from before them. They've had experiences, and then they've cross-referenced with family members of the person who had that organ. So, oh my God, yeah, that did happen. Um, yeah, of course, part of their body is in you, and some of that has to do with the blood. The blood is not so much living as a method which to transport everything, but it's incredible stuff. Blood is, and the brain is amazing. I'll teach you some cool tricks towards the end here if you listen to the end. So now I'm going to go back and look through some of the questions that people have been asking and answer directly some questions that I've gotten from different places, including some different forums that I get on. And I encourage everybody to hop on those forums if you want and talk with me there. It's a good way for me to answer questions to a lot of people at once and have some interesting conversations. This one was posted on my documentary, They Take Me Part 4, when I was talking about my implants. And just today, 99 Minor KC writes, they take me to when will I be able to get off this scary planet Earth, which I thought was kind of funny. And I've had that feeling too, friend. But the fact of the matter is, in this life, this is where we're at. And it is scary right now. And I too sometimes get the feeling of complete abandonment. Being a million miles away from home, being a million miles away from anyone who understands me. But this isn't true. There's a lot of us here. We've just sort of kept it to ourselves. And as this develops in years to come, we're going to find a community of each other. And not only that, but we're going to become a large enough part of the population that we will directly begin to influence others and awaken what they have inside of them as well. And things will really change in our lifetime. And it's not going to be an easy lifetime to live. It hasn't been. It won't be. But it will be extraordinarily rewarding, because what we're doing today has a huge impact for the future of this planet and this species. And yeah, I don't think we're going to get a ride off this place, buddy. Hate to tell you. We go here and there, though, and it's kind of living a double life, but we're meant to be here. We were put here for a reason, and our souls were put in these bodies for a reason. We're very much trusted, and it's our job to help spread understanding. And yeah, I got my thumb out in case they want to take me for a little trip, but at this point I embrace the opportunities here, despite the challenges. Okay, got another cool comment from a cool group that I just heard about today, and I haven't talked to them yet, but I will. The Cleveland Ufology Project. And somebody wrote me Rev1Will, REV1WILL from YouTube, and said, we've heard the same stories like yours, but this is the first time a person from Earth was awake when they tagged you, talking about, of course, implanting me. So this is the Men in Black action of Alien Side, the American Men in Black, and the Good Men in Black. They implant you and make you smarter slowly, or something like that. Can you tell me more? And I don't know about all the Men in Black stuff. There are some weird things going on within the government that even would surprise me, and I try to ignore most of it, to be honest. I think that's humans trying to organize an alien side, and I don't think that's going to be effective. I think this will happen just fine on their own, so I just sort of let them do their thing, and if they accomplish something good, good for them. And I don't think by any means, I'm the first person that's been aware while they implant me. I've had a lot of experiences I think are extreme and unusual and rare, and the reason for that is because I've pursued it. I've asked them for that, and I've been really patient, and I've worked hard and showed them my intents are good. But yeah, I'd love to hear from some of the people at your project there at the Cleveland Ufology Project. If you would want to pass on my videos or give them the address that they can hear them at, I'd love to talk with you guys a little bit and, maybe put together some sort of collective documentary. I've got a lot of ideas for the new year that's going to be at the end of this video too that I'd like for people to listen to. And I'd like to start getting help. I'd like to get a group of us together doing this, because everything's more effective when you work as a group. I don't want to be the Lone Ranger, and I know I'm not. Far from it. But anyway, sounds like you guys have a cool group, and I'd love to compare notes and swap stories and all that stuff. So feel free to get a hold of me, and I'll shoot you an email here soon. This one is from part 3 of the documentary that I made, They Take Me, also talking about when I got the implant. And YouTube user SF443 wrote just a day ago, if they have better technology than us, then why don't they become invincible? And it's kind of funny knowing the beings personally. There's such a gap in knowledge about this subject here on Earth. They don't have unlimited technology. They can't live forever. They just live, some of them, for upwards of 1,000 years, which to us looks like forever. But look at our own evolution. I mean, how long ago was it? I don't know off the top of my head, but 500 years ago, easily, the average lifespan was about half of what it is now. And I think we'll double that lifespan again here probably very soon. I think, by the year 2100, I think babies born then will probably live to be 150 years old. I hope so. But they're near invincible. I mean, they live, 1,000 years. But every being has life. Everything ends. Even the planet Earth, the universe itself will probably end at some point. Everything has a beginning and an ending. It's cyclical, and it goes in big cycles. And life is absolutely included in that. It would be something wouldn't be alive if it couldn't die, if it was invincible. I think that's kind of what defines life, is it has to end. And user Lynn J 1970 also wrote on that part 3 of They Take Me that she had an implant and she knew it before she got a CAT scan, which is 18 months after a UFO experience in 2001. I think that's pretty cool. I know I could get some x-rays and CAT scans of mine, but I know I'm not supposed to unless I absolutely need to. So that's cool. If you have pictures, if you'd email them to me, that's awesome. I'd love to put them on a video. And an interesting topic that, I want to be brave enough to touch on, because I like to be an open book as much as possible. And I'm human, so I get offended sometimes when people say things. I think that's understandable. God, who here wouldn't if they're in my shoes? But people on the They Take Me part 2 in the comment section were debating good, bad, and all that stuff. Somebody said, well, if it's not that, what could it be? And YouTube user Scarlet Groove said a mental or emotional psychosis. And she said not to be, I'm assuming that's a she, said not to be taken offensively, rather as an open-minded suggestion. And I can do that. Yeah, I'll be totally honest. There was a point in this process where there were a few points, especially in the beginning, where I had to ask myself, have I lost my mind? Yeah. And I want to address that because I'm sure there's probably some people that are wondering that.